Hi there, my name's Angela Tresoor-Carlson, and I'm so glad that you took time out of your busy day to hear a little bit more about my story. Before I tell you too much more about myself, I want to ask you a few questions. Do you spend all day rushing around with your kids from activity to activity, and at the end of the day, you find yourself completely exhausted and think, I haven't had a normal conversation all day? Do you spend your days filling the needs of everyone else around you and wonder when it's going to be your turn? I know I have a lot. Have you ever taken a second to think about when the last time was that you were able to do something for yourself and truly had a lot of fun doing it? As moms, we often find ourselves giving for others, and we find ourselves tired and overwhelmed, filling the needs of everyone else, and our needs tend to get put on the back burner. And we keep giving of ourselves until we're basically running on fumes. I'm a busy mom of 3. I have a 10-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And I started my business a little over 2 years ago when I had an 8-year-old and an almost 2-year-old, and at the time I was pregnant with my third. To say that I was overwhelmed and exhausted is truly a major understatement. My middle child at the time was extremely sick, and we were bouncing from specialist to specialist. Living in a small town, we were 4 hours to the nearest children's hospital where all of our specialist appointments took place. So it'd be 4 hours one way, appointments, 4 hours home. I was burnt out and to be honest, I needed a break, and the only way I felt like I might get a break would be to go back to work. And so I did toy around with the idea of going back to work, but I didn't want to work full time because being at home with my kids and being available to my kids is really important to me. But so part-time work was kind of where I was thinking. But to find part-time childcare, first of all, is a nightmare. It's very difficult, especially in our small town where we live. And when I started to crunch some numbers, and I had another one on the way, so childcare for 2 kids, basically it would eat up all of my income. It didn't even make sense for me to go back to work. Even though I did have a pretty good job, it didn't financially really make sense for me to put my kids in daycare and go back to work. It was just financially not worth it. So at the end of the day, I didn't really want to miss out on my kids, and to find a daycare for my middle child basically would have been impossible because he was so sick so often that no daycare probably really would have even taken him anyways. And with a baby on the way, I didn't want to miss her firsts or miss doing the things with her that I was able to do with my older ones, trips to the pool, the library, that kind of thing. But I still really, really needed a break. So one night I was invited to an event with a girlfriend, and I had no idea really, to be honest, what it was. And I didn't really care. I just thought I will grab myself a coffee. I'll go sit in the seat and support this event because being in a small town, I like to support when people are doing those kinds of things. And it was basically, it sounded like a vacation to me, and it was the closest thing to a vacation I was going to get anytime soon. So I went. And to be honest, little did I know that night was going to change the course of my life forever. Not only did I grab a coffee, I went and sat in the seat, and I had a total blast. The people were so nice. Everyone was laughing. At one point, I was laughing until I cried. It was honestly the most fun I'd had in a really long time. And it was exactly what I needed. At one point, my friend Val suggested that I take a look at her home-based business because we were having so much fun together. And I literally laughed in her face. I don't get me wrong, um, but we were having so much fun. It looked awesome, but with number 3 on the way and with my middle one, I thought, you have no idea what my life is like, and I don't even know how I would fit anything else in. So a few days passed, and I called up the girls and I said, count me in. I literally had no idea what they really even did or how they did their business. But I knew that I needed more laughing and more fun in my life, and that was going to be the easiest way to get that. And so, yeah, I just said, count me in. You're going to have to tell me what to do, but count me in. And as a mom, I'm very particular about the things that my kids eat and, what we put on our skin, what we clean our house with. All of those things are really important to me. So on top of the fun, it was almost serendipitous that I found this company also had a very holistic approach to both anti-aging and health and wellness. And it just felt like it felt like it was where I was meant to be. So fast forward a little more than 2 years, and my business has given me the opportunity to travel to cities I never thought I would see. I recently earned a trip, an all-expense paid vacation, 5-star vacation to Mexico for my husband and I. And that was honestly the trip of a lifetime. It was the most beautiful resort. Um, the company paid our flights. They paid for everything when we were there. It was just exactly what he and I needed, and it was amazing. I've met and worked with people all over the world. I've been able to be at home with my kids, do the things that are important to me, and work around our busy lives. And that has just truly been the biggest blessing. I've managed to make an income while avoiding daycare costs, which, to be honest, I didn't really necessarily truly believe in the beginning was going to be possible, but it is. And I very rarely miss a hockey game or a swimming lesson or a trip to the library because we're able to live our lives, and I am able to work my business around our lives. I honestly feel truly blessed to have found this business, and now my passion is to help other moms create more balance in their lives and show them that you can be a very active mom while getting to be the professional woman who gets to put on nice clothes without, a nose wipe or a fingerprint. And we get to challenge our brains in other ways than just the ways that our children do. And I get to do things for myself. And I kind of got my identity as an individual back, and not just kind of that identity of just being everyone's caregiver all the time. And I'm really, really thankful for that, because I felt I was losing myself in that caregiver role. So I'm just so thankful for the ways that my business has helped me to grow as a person and as a mother. And I'm really thankful to be able to help other moms do the same. So if this resonates with you, or if you have any questions or wonder if you could fit this in, or wonder if this might be a good fit for you, then send me a message and we can chat about it. You can create an opportunity for yourself to make a little bit or a lot of money over and above what you're currently doing, or on top of, being a mom at home, you want to create a little bit of income for yourself, so a little bit of spending money. We can help all kinds of moms and budgets, things like that. So send me a message if you think that you want to learn a little bit more about what it is I do. Talk to you soon.